I didn't expect my wedding day to start with a lie, but I guess that's the thing about lies. You don't know they're there until they're already sitting beside you, smiling for the photos. My name is Claire. I'm 32 years old, and on the morning of my wedding, I woke up at 5:18 a.m. without an alarm. My heart was already racing like I'd been running. For a second, I didn't know why. Then I saw the dress hanging on the closet door and remembered today was the day. I was staying at my sister's apartment in Chicago, downtown, 30 floors up. The city still looked gray and half asleep outside the window. I made coffee with shaking hands and kept telling myself this was normal. Brides get nervous. Brides don't breathe right. Brides forget how to sit still. Ethan and I had been together 4 years. No breaks, no drama, no cheating scandals, nothing messy. That's what I believed. That's what everyone believed. He was the safe choice. The steady one. The guy who texted when he said he would and showed up early. At 6:02 a.m., my phone buzzed on the kitchen counter. I smiled automatically, expecting a sweet message from him. Something like, "Can't wait to marry you today." He liked sending those. But the number wasn't saved. No name, just an unknown sender. The message said, "You don't know me, but you're about to marry my husband." I actually laughed at first. Out loud. Alone in the kitchen. I thought it was a spam message or some kind of scam. Weddings get public pages, registries, vendor lists, your number floats around. I almost deleted it. Then another message came before I could. Check the photo. A picture loaded slowly. It was Ethan. No doubt. Same shoulder scar, same navy hoodie he wore on weekends. He was in a kitchen I didn't recognize, kissing a woman on the cheek while she held the camera. Not a friendly kiss. Not accidental. Comfortable. Familiar. My stomach dropped so fast it actually hurt. I zoomed in like that would change what I was seeing. It didn't. The timestamp on the photo was from 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks. We were finalizing seating charts 3 weeks ago. I typed back with stiff fingers. "Who is this?" The reply came instantly. "My name is Laura. We've been married for 2 years." I sat down because my knees didn't feel reliable anymore. The chair scraped loud against the floor. My first thought, weirdly, was that my sister would be mad if I scratched it. I wrote, "That's not funny." She sent a photo of a marriage certificate. His name. Her name. A date from 2 years back in Cook County. My head started buzzing. Like electrical noise. This couldn't be real. There had to be an explanation. Same name. Fake document. Photoshop. Something. I called Ethan. It rang. Went to voicemail. I didn't leave a message. I called again. Straight to voicemail. My chest felt tight now. Not panic, something colder. Another text from Laura. "I didn't know about you until last night. I found your wedding website on his iPad." I stared at the words wedding website like they were written in another language. I typed, "If this is true, why text me today? Because you deserve to know before you say yes." I wanted to throw up. Instead, I opened our wedding site. Still there. Our photos. Our story. We met by accident and never looked back. That line made my face burn. I called my best friend Megan. She answered on the second ring, half asleep. "You okay?" she said. "No," I said. "I got a message." That's not how you start a wedding day sentence. I told her. Every word. Slowly. When I finished, she was fully awake. "Send me the pictures," she said. I did. 30 seconds passed. "That's him," she said quietly. "Claire, that's him." "I know. Call him again." I did. "Call from my phone when I get there." I checked the time. Hair and makeup was scheduled for 7. People would start arriving soon. The machine was already moving, and I felt like I was trapped inside it. Another message from Laura. "I'm not trying to ruin your day. I just couldn't stay quiet." I wrote, "Are you with him now?" "No." He said he was on a work trip this weekend. Work trip. He told me the same thing, that he'd be offline last night because he was with his groomsmen. My hands were numb. I asked for her address. She sent it without hesitation. Same city. Different neighborhood. Not far. I opened our photo thread, years of pictures, birthdays, trips, lazy Sundays. I searched for that navy hoodie. There it was in dozens of shots. Proof of nothing and everything. At 6:41, Ethan finally texted. Big day, smiley face. Phone dying. Talk later. Love you. I stared at it until my vision blurred. I didn't reply. I forwarded it to Laura. Her response. He sent me almost the same text. I don't remember deciding to stand, but suddenly I was pacing. My coffee sat untouched, cold. Maybe there was some insane explanation. Maybe a separation not finalized. Maybe fraud. My brain kept trying to build escape routes. My sister woke up and walked in, smiling. Bride's up early, she stopped when she saw my face. What happened? I handed her the phone. She read everything. Twice. That's not a prank, she said. I know. Do you want me to call the venue? No, the word came out fast. Too fast. Not yet. Claire. I need to look him in the eye first. Hair and makeup people arrived at 7 sharp with rolling cases and bright voices. I sat in the chair like a mannequin while they worked. Curling iron. Spray. Pins. Everyone kept saying how calm I seemed. I learned something that morning. Shock looks a lot like calm. My phone stayed on the counter in front of me. Laura and I kept texting quietly like two people defusing a bomb. I asked her for more proof. She sent videos. Inside jokes. A clip of Ethan assembling a bookshelf in the same navy hoodie, complaining about missing screws. I'd heard that exact rant before, word for word, during one of our calls. Same story. 2 audiences. At 8:12, she sent one more message. I'm willing to meet you. Public place. I typed, after the ceremony. My hands trembled when I hit send. I don't know why I wrote that. Maybe I still wasn't ready to say the word cancel out loud. Megan arrived and squeezed my shoulder when she saw me. No big reaction. Just pressure. Support. Game plan, she whispered. I walk in, I said. I watch him. And then he talks. You're still going through with walking down the aisle? I'm going through with getting answers. Guests started texting how excited they were. Heart emojis. Champagne glasses. I answered none of them. At 9:30, Ethan finally called. I stepped into the hallway and answered. Hey, he said, cheerful, breathless. Crazy morning. Yeah, I said. My voice sounded far away to my own ears. Where are you? Hotel. About to head to the venue. Which hotel? A pause. Small, but real. The one near the river. Name. Another pause. Why? Just curious. He laughed lightly. You're nervous. Which hotel, Ethan? He gave a name. I already knew it was wrong. Laura had sent me a video from that exact hotel room 2 months ago. Different carpet, different curtains. I closed my eyes. Batteries at 2%, he said quickly. See you soon. Love you. The line went dead. I didn't cry. Not then. I went back inside, looked at myself in the mirror, full makeup, perfect hair, white robe, and thought, I look like someone who has no idea. But I did know. And the day kept moving anyway. That was the morning I learned a wedding can continue on schedule even when the truth is already knocking at the door. Part of me wanted to run. Part of me wanted the confrontation so badly I could taste it. I picked up my phone and texted Laura one last time before we left for the venue. I wrote, if you're telling the truth, come to the chapel at noon. Sit in the back. Her reply came, I will. And that's how I walked toward my wedding, knowing there was a stranger who might be my groom's real wife waiting to watch me say yes. By the time we reached the chapel, my dress felt heavier than it had during fittings. Not physically, emotionally. Like every layer of fabric knew something I didn't want anyone else to see. The venue sat just off the river, all glass and pale stone, with winter light pouring through the tall windows. People were already gathering outside, dressed up, laughing, taking photos. Normal wedding sounds. Normal wedding faces. I stepped out of the car and heard someone say, she looks stunning. I almost turned around to see who they were talking about because it didn't feel like me. Megan leaned close as we walked. Last chance to stop this before it turns into a live show. I'm not marrying him blind, I said quietly. I'm confronting him in real time. You're terrifying when you're calm. I'm not calm, I said. I'm focused. Inside the bridal room, Everything was soft music and organized chaos. Flowers. Steamers. Champagne I didn't touch. My mom hugged me and cried into my shoulder. I held her and felt a wave of guilt for what might happen in the next hour. My phone vibrated in my hand. Laura, I'm here. I typed without thinking. Where are you sitting? Back right. Gray coat. I didn't look. Not yet. I didn't trust my face to stay neutral if I saw her. At 11:52, the coordinator knocked. 8 minutes. My heart started pounding hard enough to make my vision pulse. Megan checked my phone. No message from him. Of course not. You want me near the back so I can see her? Yes. Signal. If I drop the bouquet, it's not an accident. She nodded once. Done. The music began, soft piano, the prelude. Guests settled. The sound of movement shifted into silence. My father offered his arm. His hand was warm and steady. Ready, kiddo? No, I said honestly. He smiled, thinking it was a joke. That's how you know it matters. The doors opened. Every wedding walk you've ever seen in a video is too short to explain what it feels like in your body. It's slow and fast at the same time. The aisle looked twice as long as rehearsal. Faces blurred together, smiles, tears, phones lifted. Then I saw him. Ethan stood at the front in a black suit, hands clasped, eyes shiny like he was already emotional. He looked exactly like the man I thought I knew. And that, more than anything, made me angry. I searched his face for guilt, fear, a crack in the performance. He gave me a soft, loving smile. Professional level. Halfway down the aisle, my eyes moved past him to the back right. Gray coat. She was there. Laura. Brown hair, early 30s, no dramatic makeup, no anger on her face. Just tension. She looked like someone bracing for impact. When our eyes met, she didn't wave, didn't nod, just held the look. Real. I reached the front. My father kissed my cheek and stepped away. Ethan took my hands. You're breathtaking, he whispered. Are you married? I whispered back. His fingers twitched. Just once. But I felt it. What? He said, smiling through his teeth. Are you already married? His smile stayed, but the warmth dropped out of it. Not now, he murmured. We'll talk after. That was an answer. The officiant began. Welcome words. Love story. Destiny. I heard almost none of it. My pulse was loud in my ears. I leaned closer. She's here. Who? Your wife. He actually went pale. Not dramatic, but visible. A drain of color under the makeup. You're confused, he said. Gray coat. Back row. He did not turn around. Smart. Very smart. Claire, he said under his breath, whatever you think you saw. Marriage certificate, I said. Videos. Messages. His jaw tightened. This is not the place. You picked the place, I said. The officiant smiled at us, thinking we were sharing intimate vows early. Let's proceed, she said warmly. Proceed. Like this was a script we couldn't pause. My bouquet felt slick in my grip. My palms were sweating through the stems. Do you want to step aside? Ethan whispered. 2 minutes. Say it, I said. Yes or no? He swallowed. It's complicated. There it was. The coward's confession. I let the bouquet fall. It hit the floor with a soft thud. Guests murmured. They thought it was nerves. I can't proceed, I said, louder now. The officiant blinked. We can take a breath. Are you legally married to someone else right now? I asked him, full voice. A ripple went through the room. Sound moves like wind in a crowd. Ethan tried to laugh. This is stress talking. I turned and pointed gently toward the back. Laura, would you stand up, please? Every head turned. She stood. Silence landed hard. Ethan closed his eyes for half a second. That was the moment I knew, beyond doubt, this was real. Claire, he said quietly, don't do this like this. Like what? I asked. Truth in public? My mother said my name in a warning tone. My father stepped forward slightly. Laura walked down the side aisle slowly. No drama. No shouting. Just presence. When she reached the front, she didn't look at me, only at him. You told me you were on a work trip, she said. No microphone. Still, everyone heard it. Ethan looked at the floor. The officiant stepped back completely now. I was going to tell you, he said, to both of us, to neither of us. That line is expired, Laura replied. Guests started whispering loudly. Phones were no longer just cameras, they were recording. I felt strangely steady. Like the fall already happened and this was the landing. How long? I asked her. 2 years married, she said. 3 together. I did the math out loud. So the entire time, Ethan reached for my hand. I pulled it away. I was going to fix it, he said. You were going to hide it, I answered. He looked at the crowd, then back at me. Image management, still running calculations. We should talk privately, he said. I shook my head. You lost private. My dad came to my side. Not angry, solid. Son, he said to Ethan, is it true? Ethan didn't answer fast enough. That was answer enough. Someone near the front actually said, oh my God, under their breath. I turned to Laura. Did you know about me? Not until last night, she said. I swear. I believe you. Ethan looked shocked at that, like betrayal had rules and I'd broken his version. The coordinator whispered urgently about clearing the room. Too late. The moment was already bigger than the plan. I stepped back from the altar. I'm not marrying you, I said simply. No yelling. No tears. Just fact. He looked more upset about the audience than the loss. Claire, please. No. I lifted my dress slightly, turned, and walked back down the aisle alone, past stunned faces, past flowers, past the version of the day that was supposed to happen. Halfway down, I heard Laura's steps behind me. Not chasing, leaving too. Outside, the cold air hit my lungs like truth. Sharp and clean. She stopped a few feet away. I'm sorry, she said. Me too, I answered. For what? That he chose both of us and deserved neither. Sirens sounded somewhere far off downtown. Traffic kept moving. The world did not pause for betrayal. My phone exploded with notifications, texts, calls, social tags already starting. I looked at her. Coffee? She blinked. Right now? Yeah, I said. Before he rewrites the story. And that's how my wedding turned into an investigation, with the other bride walking beside me instead of behind me. We didn't say much for the first block. High heels on pavement. Cold wind. Wedding guests still inside processing the shock, while the 2 women he lied to walked in the same direction like reluctant allies. There was a cafe across the street with fogged windows and a chalkboard sign. Normal place. Normal morning. That felt unreal. Inside, no one knew we were supposed to be at an altar 5 minutes ago. We ordered coffee like it was any other day. My hands were finally starting to shake now that the confrontation was over. Adrenaline fading leaves you hollow. We sat in a corner booth. For a moment we just looked at each other, studying details. Verifying humanity. She wasn't what I expected. Not dramatic. Not bitter-looking. Just tired and alert. I almost didn't come, Laura said. I'm glad you did. I almost convinced myself I misunderstood everything. I tried that too, I said. She gave a small, humorless smile. He's good at that. I put my phone on the table. We compare timelines. No emotion. Just facts. She nodded immediately. Same mindset. We opened calendars, photos, messages. Patterns showed up fast. He had Tuesday late meetings, I said. He had Tuesday gym nights, she answered. Quarterly work trips. Guaranteed client visits. Weekend volunteer project. Fishing with college friends. Same days. Different stories. It was almost impressive, the scheduling precision of the lie. How did you meet him? I asked. Airport bar, she said. Flight delay. You. Hardware store. Broken shelf bracket. She laughed once. He collects meet cuties. We built a shared timeline across the table like detectives. Trips duplicated. Holidays split. Even illnesses staggered. He sent me soup when I had the flu, I said. She checked her phone. He told me he had food poisoning that week. We both sat back. There is a specific kind of silence that happens when confusion finally becomes certainty. We were there now. My phone lit up, Ethan calling. We looked at it together. Speaker, Laura said. I answered. Claire, he said quickly, voice tight. Where are you? Coffee. Thank God. Don't talk to anyone else. This got out of control. It got revealed, I said. Not out of control. I can explain. You can start, Laura said toward the phone. He went quiet. Okay, he said slowly. This is messy, but not what it looks like. That sentence never helps, I replied. My marriage is functionally over. Laura laughed sharp. We shared a bed 3 nights ago. Emotionally over, he corrected. You filed for divorce? I asked. Not yet. Then you're married, she said. It's complicated legally. It's simple legally, I said. Yes or no? He exhaled hard. Yes. There it was. Clean. But I was going to end it, he rushed on. I just needed the right time. The right time was before proposing to someone else, I said. I didn't plan for feelings to overlap. Laura shook her head slowly. You don't overlap 2 full lives. I love you, Claire, he said. He said it like a lifeline. I felt nothing when I heard it. That surprised me most. You love convenience, I answered. That's not fair. Neither was bigamy, Laura said. Stop using loaded words. Stop committing loaded crimes, she replied. He tried a new angle. Claire, think about what we built. I am, I said. That's why I'm not going back. We can still fix this. We never existed, I said. Not legally. Not honestly. Silence again. Then the pivot I didn't expect. Laura, he said carefully, you and I both know we've been struggling. Her eyes hardened. Don't recruit me into your rescue speech. I'm saying we both made mistakes. We did, she said. Trusting you is mine. He changed tone softer, lower. Can we meet privately? All 3. No, I said. Yes, Laura said at the same time. We looked at each other. She shrugged slightly. I want recorded answers. I considered that, then nodded. Public place. We named the cafe we were already in. He arrived 20 minutes later wearing the same suit he was supposed to be married in. That visual almost made me laugh. He looked around, saw us together, and understood instantly that his divide and manage strategy was dead. He sat. For the first time since I'd known him, he looked unsure which face to wear. I'm not a villain, he began. Skip character defense, I said. Facts only. He rubbed his hands together. I married young. It was a mistake. Laura didn't react, which was more powerful than anger. I met Claire later, he continued. It was supposed to be temporary. I raised an eyebrow. For years temporary? Feelings grew. Paperwork didn't, Laura said. I was afraid of the fallout. You chose the fallout, I answered. He leaned forward. I never meant to hurt either of you. That's the problem, Laura said quietly. You meant to protect yourself. He had no reply ready for that. Did anyone else know? I asked. No. Friends? Coworkers? No. Then how did you manage holidays? Laura asked. Rotations, he admitted. We both stared. You scheduled us, I said. It sounds bad when you say it like that. It is bad like that, she replied. I opened my recorder app and placed the phone between us. State your full name. He blinked. Are we doing a deposition now? Yes, I said. He gave it. Are you legally married to Laura? Yes. Did you propose to me while still married? Yes. Did you intend to marry me without disclosing that? Long pause. Yes. There it was. Complete. No more fog. No more doubt. Just documented truth. He looked between us, realizing the bridge was fully burned. What do you want from me? He asked. Nothing, I said. Accountability, Laura said. I said I'm sorry. That's relief, she answered. Not accountability. He tried one last move, emotion. Eyes wet. Voice low. I'm going to lose everything. I stood. No, I said calmly. You're going to lose what you lied to keep. We walked out together again, same direction as before. This time it didn't feel strange. Outside, my phone buzzed with a new notification, dozens of message requests. Someone had already uploaded a clip from the chapel. The moment was spreading. He's going to try reputation control, Laura said. I know, I replied. You ready for that? I looked at the screen, then locked it. Yeah, I said. Because this time, I have the truth and the witness. She gave a small nod. We weren't rivals anymore. By the time I got home that evening, not to the apartment I shared with Ethan, but to my sister's place, the video had crossed 1 million views. Someone from the third row had recorded the confrontation. Clear audio. Clear faces. Clear question. Are you legally married to someone else right now? And his answer. Yes. The internet doesn't wait for context. It chooses sides fast and loudly. My inbox was full support, hate, interview requests, podcast invites, legal advice, strangers sharing their own betrayal stories like membership cards to a club nobody wants to join. I turned the phone face down. Silence felt better earned than attention. My dress was still hanging on me. I hadn't had the energy to change. Megan walked in with takeout and stopped when she saw I was still wearing it. Okay, she said gently. We're ending the costume phase. She helped unzip it. The sound of the zipper going down felt like a closing chapter. I stepped out and into sweatpants and a borrowed hoodie. Real clothes. Survivor clothes. You trending, she said carefully. I know. You okay? I thought about it. Actually checked internally instead of answering automatically. I'm clear, I said. Not okay, but clear. That night, Laura and I kept texting. Not emotionally, logistically. She had already contacted a lawyer. Turns out being secretly married while attempting another legal marriage creates a storm of consequences. He keeps calling, she wrote. He stopped calling me, I replied. He will again when strategy changes. She was right. 3 days later, he showed up. Not at my door, at my workplace. Security called upstairs. There's a man here insisting he knows you. Of course he did. I went down anyway. Not alone, my manager came with me. Glass lobby. Cameras. Witnesses. He looked wrecked. Same suit coat as the wedding day, wrinkled now. Eyes red. Beard growing and uneven. 2 minutes, he said. 1, I answered. I messed up, he began. That's established. I panicked. That's repeated. I love you. That's irrelevant. He flinched like I'd slapped him. You're being cold, he said. No, I said. I'm being finished. He tried stepping closer. Security shifted posture immediately. He noticed and stopped. Online, they're destroying me, he said. You built it, I replied. You could tell them to stop. I didn't start them. Claire, please. Just say we were separated. Were you? No, but... Then no. His shoulders dropped. You're really not leaving me any path back. I'm not your exit plan, I said. That was the last in-person conversation we ever had. The legal fallout moved fast after that. His company placed him on leave. Laura filed immediately. Evidence helps when it's time-stamped and public. People kept asking me the same question in interviews I mostly declined. How did you stay so calm? The truth is simple. The calm came after the shock. Once reality is confirmed, panic has nowhere useful to go. A week later, Laura and I met again. Same cafe. Same booth. Different energy. No cameras today, she said. Peaceful. My lawyer says it'll be straightforward, she told me. Ugly, but straightforward. I'm glad. She studied me for a moment. Do you hate me at all? No, I said honestly. Do you hate me? No. Then we're doing better than expected. We laughed, real laughter this time. Not sharp. Not defensive. People online made us enemies in the comments, she said. People online like simple stories. And this wasn't simple. No, I said. This was scheduled. She shook her head. I still can't believe the calendar overlap. He ran 2 full-time emotional jobs, I said. Bad management. We sat with that. Something good came out of it, she added. What? I trust my instincts now. Same. Spring came slowly that year. Snow melted into dirty edges, then finally into green. My canceled wedding date passed like a normal Saturday. I expected it to hurt more than it did. Instead, it felt like a deadline I successfully missed. I took a solo trip, small coastal town off-season, cold water and empty beaches. No big revelation moment. Just long walks and unshared sunsets. One evening, I recorded a voice memo to myself, something I'd never done before. I said, you didn't dodge heartbreak. You dodged a lifetime contract with it. Months passed. The noise faded. The video stopped trending. New scandals replaced mine. That's another internet truth. Nothing stays loud forever. The divorce finalized. The fraud investigation closed. His name stopped appearing in my notifications. One afternoon, almost a year later, I received a letter. Physical mail. No return address I recognized. Inside was a short handwritten note. I'm in therapy. I'm not asking forgiveness. I finally understand the damage I did. I'm sorry. E. No defense. No excuse. No hook. I read it once. Then I put it in a drawer and didn't answer. Closure doesn't always require reply. Last I heard, he moved states. New job. Lower profile. Consequences tend to rearrange geography. Laura remarried before I did, small ceremony, no social media, courthouse steps. She sent me one photo. Simple. Peaceful. True. My turn came later, quieter than my first almost wedding and infinitely more honest. Tiny guest list. No spectacle. No performance promises, just clear ones. Before I walked in, my partner, Daniel, said, "Phone's off. This moment stays ours." Best security policy I've ever seen. Sometimes people still recognize me from that old video. They ask if I'm the wedding reveal bride. I say yes. Not because it was the worst day of my life, but because it was the day the lie didn't win. And if you ask me now what I feel when I think about it, the answer surprises people. Not anger. Not shame. Relief. Because I didn't say yes first and learn the truth later. I learned the truth first and saved the rest of my life after. If this story touched your heart, thank you for staying with me until the very end. Stories like this remind us that behind every smile, there's a truth waiting to be heard. If you believe family should be built on love and respect, not humiliation and silence, make sure you're part of this community. Subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Because sometimes, a story isn't just a story. Sometimes it's someone's real pain, someone's real awakening, someone's second chance. Thank you for giving your time, and I'll see you in the next story.